But last week we highlighted a unique opportunity through Crossroads Missions to drought-proof over 1,200 families in one of the worst famine areas of Africa by providing a long-term, self-sustaining farming solution, starting with solar-powered wells to tap into a scarce and precious commodity, water. The Bible speaks of God providing streams in the desert. And in a very literal way, that's what He is doing through you for the people of northern Kenya in a region known as Turkana. For an update of last week's effort, we're joined by David Shelley, Director of Crossroads Missions. And with David is Kathy Mainse, who earlier this year had the unusual experience of spending time with the Turkana people and the couple with whom Crossroads is working to lead the project there. So welcome, guys.
Welcome. Thank you.
Nice to be here.
So Dave, let's start with you. Many people watched last week and maybe are wondering, how did things go?
Well, you know what? It was amazing, the people that have called in and sacrificially invested in the people of Turkana, and we are so thankful. There are more families to be done, though. We're not there yet, but we're so thankful for the great start we've had. And of course, this is a region that's really lives on the edge. They're on the edge physically, you know, in very, very tough conditions, extreme conditions. And we just encourage everyone that whatever you can give, that you can still phone in and include it in your Christmas giving this year to people in a faraway place.
And as we were saying, we're actually looking at giving garden plots to each family, which is part of a larger acreage of land that has been looked at, that has been surveyed, that has been, you know, we have the experts there to say that this is doable to actually provide streams in the desert.
And we're ready to go. In fact, the first 5 garden plots have been already marked out with GPS readings and everything, and the people are anxious to start clearing that land so that we can start installing all of the equipment that's needed to provide them with those gardens, and we just need people to continue to support us and help us to do that.
And we'll have some info come up in a few moments, so get your pen and paper ready if you haven't had opportunity to respond yet.
Now, Kathy Mainse, you have a heart for the people of that region. In fact, just earlier this year, as Ron said, you spent some time there with them on the ground. What brought you to that part of the world?
Well, it was in March of this year, so just a few months back. I went originally to Uganda because Heaven's Rehearsal is looking to have a Heaven's Rehearsal there in Uganda. And my husband, Reynold, you know Reynold?
Yes, we know.
Worked together so wonderfully. He had been in the Turkana region in 2010, and he came back with so many incredible stories, and particularly about Benson and Jenna Yukwam, the team that Crossroads Missions is partnering with there.
There they are there.
Yes, there they are with 2 of their 3 kids. And then, of course, in preparation for this trip, you know, Reynolds said, call Chester, who has been on the program and is works with Crossroads Missions. And he said, Kathy, you have to go. They would love for you to reach out to the women. And so I had the privilege of being there for 7 days and being a part of many things, one of which was a women's conference, the first ever, because the women there are so worn down. Their lives are unbelievable, Anne, as a woman. You can't even imagine what they're going through. But anyway, and so I found myself, many people call it is a region called the end of the earth. Many of the missionaries there call it that. And the tribe themselves, the Turkana people themselves, have labeled themselves the forgotten ones. The UN has said that this is a child famine zone. And so, Dave, when you say that they are living on the edge, they literally are living on the edge, even of survival, right? And I have a friend who is the #2 person in UNICEF Kenya, and their focus is to know the lay of the land of all the NGOs, the non-government organizations within the church and in secular, and they survey, and when the whole cannot, to meet the needs, they step in. And she said that Turkana is a region in Kenya where they are consistently needing to be there. So the need is tremendous. It's tremendous.
You have some photos that I think someone took while you were there. I know you didn't bring your own camera like Reynolds normally would.
Right. So here are some of the women that I had a chance to just be with, and my focus was not with the video camera or the pictures, but some of my team took these, and so here are the women that I got to know. I went into their homes, their little huts, and I cooked with them, and I sat with them, and actually, Benson and Jenica said, okay, now let's go deep into the desert. And so, Dave, I don't even think you've made it to a place called Kerio yet, or Chester, but we went and we slept out on the desert sand. You can see me and my team. We didn't have a mosquito net over us or anything, scorpions crawling around us. It wasn't planned, but God protected us. And I tell you, so then we woke up the next morning and we walked over to the tree. It happened to be a Sunday, and Benson began to preach. And the crowds just came because Benson is known in that community. I have to tell you a little bit about Benson. Okay, you're not going to show that picture. That's all right. It was me traveling in the desert sand with me covered up because the women said cover up. It's 50. Okay,
oh,
there you go.
There it is.
Okay, I'll humble myself, and there I am.
50
the white-skinned gal.
Celsius.
50 degrees Celsius, and sitting in the back of a pickup truck driving for 3 hours. They said, Kathy, take it a step further and cover your eyes and because the sand and the wind, blowing, it's pretty harsh. But can I just take a few minutes and share with you about a man named Benson and a woman named Jenica? Crossroads Missions has had a history of not only finding fantastic projects, worthy projects, but their focus also is to find those people on the ground, the indigenous hidden heroes on the ground, that no matter if there was partnership or not, they would be laying down their lives for their people. Well, such is the case with Benson and Jenica. They are a people that literally have such great need. And Benson, at the age of 6, heard God say, go, speak my word, and heal the nations. Well, here he's a young boy. He was in a family of 56 kids because his dad had 6 wives. 2 of them are saved to this day. And God called him. He went to Bible college in Nairobi. God sent him back at age 17. His first missionary trek in the desert was 260 kilometers, walking 4 days and 4 nights at the age of 17, Ron and Ann and Dave. And he tells the story of almost being overcome by dehydration, by being bitten by many snakes. He sleeps in the desert. He takes his walking stick. He takes a water bottle. And God supernaturally gives him the ability to speak in other languages as he meets these different tribes in the desert. Why am I saying all this? They're the perfect team. Jenica is so administrative, isn't she? She has worked with other world organizations that have come into that area. Benson has a heart. He's an evangelist. He's a preacher. He has favor with the people. And combined, it is an incredible opportunity for all of us to literally reach to the end of the earth and touch in a way as never before. Dave, this is the first of its kind in this magnitude, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a big project. I've said before in the program, it's heavy lifting, but you know what? It's a wonderful combination of the gospel,
yes,
and putting feet to the gospel as well. So we just encourage everyone.
And to have leaders like that that are so trusted and so full of God's Spirit to minister to them, not only physically but spiritually. We need to have the information come up on the screen right now, because I know some of you that didn't have an opportunity last week to respond, you can do it right now. And here's how you can do it. You can call 1-888-288-0003. You can say, yes, here is my best support gift for this project. You know, $1,000 will help drought-proof one family for life. And there's other opportunities as well, whatever you feel led to support with. You can write to Crossroads Missions, make checks payable to Crossroads Missions and write to Box 5100, Burlington, Ontario, L7R4M2, or go online at crossroads.ca and make a secure online donation. You can do that. It'll make a huge difference in people's lives.
Absolutely. Well, Dave and Kathy, thank you for being with us and just bringing us this update, this insight into these precious people.
It's worthy. Let's do it together. We can do so much.
Absolutely.